Hello, everyone. This is the late March edition of Together for Holyoke. I am Anthony Soto, your superintendent, and just wanted to give you a few updates. I wanted to start by talking about an important meeting that we had with the school committee on Monday. We did have our acting commissioner, Russell Johnson, here meet with the Holyoke School Committee to talk about receivership. And there was some really good news coming from the acting commissioner himself. He did announce that we will be putting a plan together to transition to local control. I do want to thank him. He's always been a strong partner. He's been involved in Holyoke since I've been here. And I want to thank all the school committee members that were a part of making this transition possible, and the mayor and his leadership. This is excellent news for Holyoke Public Schools, and I am looking forward to help facilitate a very strong transition to local control, and in partnering with DESE and partnering with our local school committee and coming up with a plan that makes sense. And our goal is just to make sure that we are ready to enter into local control and prepared so that our students and families may not necessarily feel the impacts of that. As part of that meeting, there were several meetings set up. One of them being Monday, April 8th, Tuesday, April 23rd, Monday, May 13th, Tuesday, May 28th, June 10th, and July 22nd, right before the regular school committee meetings. So that's the series of meetings. There'll be several topics that are discussed with the goal of having a plan in late August on what a transition could look like and how we could build capacity as a community to get ready for local control. So very exciting news in Holyoke. I want to thank everybody involved. This is a great thing for Holyoke, and I know a lot of people out there have been interested to see this happen, and we finally see, a light at the end of the tunnel. We finally see that this is potentially a reality for Holyoke Public Schools. Another thing that we have in our newsletter this week is that mediation efforts continue with our paraprofessionals. We know how important the paraprofessional role is. We know everything they do for our schools and for our students and for our families, and we hope to come up with a resolution that both sides could agree to. We have a meeting scheduled on April 3rd, a mediation meeting, and another one on April 9th. But we are very much committed to working with our paraprofessionals and coming to an agreement that this community can afford. I have personally seen surrounding communities that they're having budget challenges in the upcoming year, and part of that is ESSER is going away. We are feeling that for sure. Right now, we are in the middle of trying to balance a $4 to $5 million budget deficit for next year, but we are certainly committed to providing substantial increases to throughout this process. So we want to make sure that the plan that we settle on and the agreement that we come to is a plan that could sustain services to our students and that we could sustain beyond next year. So looking forward to that process and hopefully coming to an agreement soon. The school calendar has been released, so we have posted that on our website. You could visit our website to see the details. Some highlights are we do have a longer break after Christmas break in honor of Three Kings Day. We're still going to be celebrating that. We tried to align our professional development schedule to ensure, to work around the big election that we have coming up next year, as well as aligning to the work that we have to do around our professional development. That you will notice that it is a longer break for students, but again, one of the things that we looked at was our attendance between when we come back from winter break and the Three Kings holiday. Our attendance was really poor during those days, and we're hosting professional development days during that time in hopes that we could get more kids to show up following the Three Kings Day celebration, which is going to be on January 6th. So the reason we post these calendars is so that families are aware, so that staff are aware, and they can plan their vacations accordingly around that schedule, because we want to make sure that our students attend every day that they possibly can out of the 180 days that we're in school. Another thing that you'll see in the newsletter is that we are releasing an annual language access survey, and that's going to be going out next week. So please be on the lookout. We usually send this survey via email, and we will be sending it next week. It's very important to us that we hear from you in this survey. Families specifically, please fill out this survey. And it relates to language access and making sure that we're providing messaging and that we're providing access to families in the language that they understand, and that we're doing a good job around that. I think about my grandmother and my mother, and when I was in school in Holyoke Public Schools, and I wish that back then they were as committed as we are to communicate important things that my grandmother only knew in Spanish, for example. So this is an important survey. We want to continue to track how we're doing every year as it relates to providing family language access, and we do that through a survey that we're releasing next week. I want to highlight that we do have the My Fair Lady musical, and that's going to be at the Holyoke High School North Campus. We had some amazing students come to our school committee meeting on Monday, and they were able to talk a little bit about My Fair Lady and also showcase a little bit of their talent, and that's always fun to see. Tickets are going to be $8 for students, $10 for staff and faculty, and then $12 for the general public. And there will be a link in the newsletter that we release that you can click on and purchase tickets. So please be on the lookout for this newsletter. And if you're interested in attending the musical, you'll have an opportunity to purchase tickets. It's going to be April 4th through April 7th at the Holyoke High School North Auditorium. And that's on Beach Street. We do have in our newsletter, we have some we're able to post some upcoming staffing that we have, so please be on the lookout in our newsletter for any job opportunities out there. We need your help. We've had a lot of vacancies all year, and we hope that we can finish the year strong. So there's important positions that we have up there that we want to fill. If you know anybody interested, please encourage them to apply. And there are some upcoming events. So Monday, April 1st is a district-wide professional development day. There's no school for students, with the exception of Lawrence School. So we did have a steam pipe issue at Lawrence School where we had to cancel school just for Lawrence a couple of times this year. And one way that we're making up that time is that on Monday, April 1st, Lawrence students will be dismissed at 12:30. So they will have to come to school, and we will operate on a 3-hour release just for Lawrence School. Please keep in mind that Monday, April 8th, the enrollment deadline for April Vacation Academy closes. So please, anyone interested in our April Vacation Academy and accelerating your learning and having a great experience during that holiday break, that April vacation, and continuing your learning, please make sure that you apply by April 8th. Keep in mind that Monday, April 15th is Patriots Day and HPS will be closed, and that Monday, April 15th through Friday, April 19th is April break for our students. So there's no school for students Monday, April 15th through Friday, April 19th. Thank you, everyone, and we will catch you at the next newsletter.